How are y'all? So today I want to talk about the importance of having the right friends, being mindful of the company that you keep. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because, again, I had another conversation. And so friendship is super important to me and always has been. I think that, in my personal opinion, I've always known how to be a friend, but I didn't always know how to choose those people and when that time had passed for the relationship to end. You know, there's a season. That's what I mean, a season. And sometimes those seasons are short, sometimes they're long. But when you love and when you really, love having friends and having experiences with people, sometimes you let those things go on longer than you should. And so I just wanted to touch on a conversation that I was having with someone, and they were just asking me, like, how do you feel about this? And so this is a prefacing of the conversation that, I call this person, and when they call me, I'm always available. I'm like ready for their phone call. If they need anything, I'm always there. But this person felt like when they call that person, they choose when they're going to pick up the phone and when they're not. And, they're not even courteous enough to, if they call, to kind of sort of like leave a message like, hey, I'm busy right now, I'll call you back. Just nothing, like just not necessarily ghosting, but kind of sort of like, and I think what really matters though, it's not really about the details, it's about how you feel about it. It's really how you feel. How does that person make you feel? And that was really my question. So how does that make you feel? And she said that it doesn't make her feel good. And normally when you don't feel good about something, there's something wrong about that. And it's not about like, being whiny or, being picky or anything like that. It really is a gut feeling. When something doesn't feel right, there is something that's wrong. It is what it is. And so my thing to her was, well, if you feel like you can have a conversation with her about it, then do that. But if you feel like, that won't do, or that won't work, or it won't help, or whatever the case may be, maybe they'll make light of it, or whatever the case may be, whatever the situation is, I said that she needed to have boundaries. And I said that it's not a tit for tat thing, it's just a respect thing. Like if we're not on one accord, in other words, if I'm doing more on my end than you're doing on your end, as far as a relationship is concerned, as far as a friendship is concerned, as far as consideration is concerned, as far as respect is concerned, and things of that nature, then maybe I just need to pull back. And maybe I don't need to give you all of my time, all of my consideration, all of my, going out of the way kind of things for you, because that's not the type of relationship that we have. And the way that I know that that's not the type of relationship that we have is by your actions. And sometimes we do need to look into, first and foremost, how we feel about things. Like, how do you feel about how that person treats you? How do you feel? Like, just pay attention to how you're feeling. Or you can even pay attention to how you feel when you leave that person. Like, do you feel drained? Do you feel confused, and things of that nature? When you spend time with someone who you call a friend, I'm putting quotes around it. When you spend time with someone that you call a friend, that person's supposed to make you feel good, feel light, feel, like you have so much fun with that person, or you can confide in them and they make you feel better, or whatever. It should be a positive thing. It never should be a negative thing, because why? Like, why even associate, right? Because you can feel bad by yourself. So a lot of times it's just for me now, over the years, I've learned this, like, if it doesn't feel good, it's not for me. And it's not really necessarily about that person or, whatever it is it's not aligning with what makes me feel good. And so there's something there. We can talk about it. Maybe we can. It just depends on who you are. I am one that does not desire to have debates and conversations and things of that nature with people that are not on the same level of conversation that I'm having. If you are constantly going to get defensive and get angry and shut the conversation down, or get smart, or get snide, or even get angry, what's the purpose of me having a conversation? Like, you're literally going to take me out of my comfort zone, out of alignment, out of feeling good, when I could just set boundaries. When I could literally just set boundaries, and I feel better about it. Because at the end of the day, the other person obviously feels good with whatever it is that they're doing. And so, but I don't. And so what needs to happen is, if you don't feel good, then there's some self-evaluation that needs to go on, and there's some decisions that you need to make for you. And so, in this time and season, we should be spending time with people that make us feel good, that we have fun with, that we can confide in, that we can, travel with, or whatever it is that you desire to do. But it should feel good. It should feel good. It should feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, looks like there's some decisions that need to be made. And I send you off with light and love. I wish you nothing but the best. But obviously, whatever it is that I'm feeling, whatever it is that I've experienced with you, is not for me. And that's that. And it's not like, oh, I'm never going to talk to this person. It's not really an attitude kind of thing. If you see the person, you're going to speak to them. If they ask you to go out and you feel like that's something that you can manage, then you do it. If you don't, then you don't. It is really, in my personal opinion, and this is just how I am living my life going forward, if it doesn't feel good, it's not for me. It's not for me. And it's not personal. It's about me. It's about me. It's about my sanity, my happiness, it's just about me. And I really gave her that advice to just think on it and marinate on it, because what I'm speaking about is not easy. It's not easy to have a relationship with somebody, even if it's frayed or broken or dysfunctional or whatever the case may be. But to change and shift the relationship is not easy, because if you're friends with someone, 9 times out of 10, you love that person, you care about that person. Maybe you spend a lot of time with them or whatever. But, there are definitely different energies and lots of shifts and things going on. And there have been for the past couple of years. And so, you could possibly feel that way. And it's really no harm, no foul. It's just not for you anymore. Now, if the person is disrespectful and if they've done something to hurt your feelings and things of that nature, and unfortunately you still don't feel like you would be heard, boundaries is the best thing. But I think the added thing that I would do is what I've had to do for some people is to pray about it, to ask for my own forgiveness, and to forgive that person and just keep it moving, and still be able to, if you see them or whatever the case may be, still be able to, it's really, I cannot harbor like feelings and emotions and stuff about something that I have let go a long time ago. I'm not going to see you like in the streets and still be mean mugging and all this other stuff or whatever the case may be. Because it's not good for me. And I'm the most important person in the equation. And once we start putting ourselves first, just miraculous, amazing things happen. And also, once you start putting boundaries about what doesn't serve you, you open up more space for relationships that do serve you. that do bring you joy, that are mutual. So yeah, so hopefully I haven't gone off track, because I can talk about this subject forever. But hopefully I've said something that helps you when it comes to friendships, and when it comes to having, what was the title? Yeah, having the right friends. Having the right friends. So maybe I gave you some sort of kind of like a formula to kind of base it off of. And that gut is the first and foremost. So thank you for listening to me. I will see you again.